Am I the asshole for ditching my friend on our Europe trip after she refused to commit? I, 23F, have been planning a Europe backpacking trip for my graduation. Since most of my close friends are younger and planning their trip next year, I decided to go solo this summer. My friend Avery, 22F, casually mentioned she'd love to join me, and I was excited. I liked the idea of having company, especially since I've never been to Europe before. From the start, I was doing all the planning. I told her I wanted to go for 3 weeks, and she said she'd probably only do 2, which was fine. My top priorities were France and Italy, but I was open to adjusting. I sent her itineraries, researched hostels, and figured out logistics. She mostly responded with excited TikToks, but wasn't actively planning. The biggest issue? Booking the trip? For months, I asked her to book flights, but she kept delaying, saying we should book hotels first, or that she needed to check with her parents or sort out her summer job. Last week, I put my foot down and told her that if we wanted to go in early June, we had to book ASAP before prices went up. She promised we'd book that weekend. Then nothing happened. On top of that, our travel styles were completely different. I wanted a high-end backpacking trip, staying in female-only hostels, meeting new people, and keeping a flexible itinerary. She suddenly decided she was too scared of hostels and only wanted to stay in hotels, which made the trip more expensive. She also insisted on pre-booking every flight, train, and hotel, while I wanted some structure, but also the freedom to be spontaneous, maybe deciding last minute to go to Switzerland instead of Croatia, for example. Somehow, between our back and forth, we ended up with just Spain and Croatia, 2 places that weren't even on my top list. I wanted to visit multiple countries, but she didn't want to go to Italy and insisted on only 2 destinations. Her plan was 10 days in Spain and 4 in Croatia, which felt way too slow-paced for me. At this point, it felt like my grad trip had turned into her ideal vacation. I wanted an exciting, spontaneous adventure, one of my last chances to do something crazy before settling into my career. Instead, she was pushing for a structured, rigid trip that felt like something I'd do with my mom or a retired couple. Since she still wouldn't commit, and flights were getting more expensive, I booked my trip alone. When I saw her yesterday, she told me she was finally ready to book. I told her I had already made plans to go solo, and she got really upset, saying I hurt her feelings, and she couldn't believe I'd do this to her. I feel bad because I know she was excited, but I also gave her months to commit. Am I the asshole for booking my trip solo? Follow for more.